So today I am making my first motovlog. I decided to do it about my bike history. So let's start right away from the year 2011, when I was 14 years old and about half a year away from my moped license. I was obviously very excited to get my first moped, but unfortunately I had no idea what kind of a moped to get. So I got myself, well, not the worst possible bike, but one of the worst. It was a CPI SM50 from 2009. For all of you that don't know what CPI is, it's I think it's a Taiwanese bike, and it's not very good according when talking about like quality and such. It has a 50cc engine that is a copy from the ones in all kinds of Derbis and Aprilias and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I bought the CPI in early winter of 2011 and got my license in 2012 in May. And well, I was quite happy about it because I didn't know back then it was such a shitty bike. But then it started to have all kinds of problems and I wasn't happy with it anymore. Then in the summer of 2012 I had been reading a lot of like moped projects on a Finnish website, and then I thought to myself it would be really nice to get a project of my own. So I went on and bought a Derbi X race from 2007. It was very cheap and not in the best condition, so it was a good start for a project. And obviously I had no experience of like doing a project on a bike. So I had lots of help from my dad, and I think I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. And yeah, we fully disassembled the bike, and then I got I got lots of tuning parts and new plastics and everything that a 15-year-old moped kid wants on their bike. Also a more powerful exhaust, of course, and stuff like that. So the bike turned out pretty okay, I guess. Or at least back then I liked it. And I think I rode the bike for like 10 kilometers when I got it finished, and then the piston seized up. It was because I had done a very bad job at bleeding the cooling system, so it had air in it. And of course air is not good for cooling your engine. So it resulted in the seizing. But yeah, then I got the bike all fixed up, and it had some more problems also. I didn't ride the bike a lot myself, and I just sold it then. So, getting back to the CPI then. In the fall of 2012, it was starting to have so many problems that I decided to do a little project on that one too. So I didn't do anything that big, but I painted the plastics and that kind of small stuff. And I guess the bike looked fine back then. But then came the winter of 2013. It was like in January or February of 2013 when it was time for me to buy my first motorcycle. And I had so much bad luck with my mopeds that I decided to go straight for the best motorcycle, a 125cc motorcycle I could get. And so I bought my KTM EXC 125 from 2011, which many of you must know from my channel. And I did some little fixing to it too before I got my license for it. And in the spring of 2013 I had gotten both of my mopeds sold, and then I got the license for 125cc bikes and started riding my KTM. And it was so awesome, of course. I mean, the first time I got to ride it on street and go full throttle on it, it was just amazing having that kind of a power at your hands. But yeah, I rode the bike happily that summer with no issues, and then at the fall of 2013 I thought it would be nice to make a little project out of that bike too. And that actually became one of my first YouTube videos, which is my what's it called? KTM EXC 125 winter project, I think. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. So I did some nice stuff to the KTM, and yeah. It was awesome. Then in the summer of 2014 I had been seeing a lot of like projects on the internet that had been started out with a wrecked motorcycle of some sort. There is this Finnish website or company called Autovahinkokeskus that basically sells wrecked motorcycles and cars. When you like wreck your bike and your insurance company buys it from you, then it goes for sale on the Autovahinkokeskus. and I was browsing their website and found a very nice Yamaha YZF 125. Which I then bought. It was a 2013 or 2014 model. It had only like 3,000 kilometers on it. And someone had wheeled it over. So all of the plastics in the rear and on the right side of the bike were completely shit. Well, I got some new plastics for it. Got all of them painted in a really nice blue color and so on. And also got a better exhaust for it. So I rode that bike for like 2,000 kilometers. It was a nice bike. Of course, being a 4-stroke and having all those pops and crackles in the sound. But compared to my EXC, it was so less powerful, it was awful. Then came one morning in September of 2014. I was gonna go to school in like, the clock was like 8 in the morning. So I walked to my garage and saw that the door was fully open. I was like, what the fuck? I went inside and boom, there was no KTM. My YZF was still there, but the KTM had been stolen. My worst dream had come true. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about the theft of the bike, but it was in a fully locked garage. The bike also had locks on it, so it was not a good situation in any case. But well, I had some good luck. The bike was found about a month later by the police from like 60 kilometers from where I live. I went to look at the bike and it didn't look at all like my bike. Only like the engine and frame and exhaust and wheels were left from my bike. It was awful. All of the plastics and stuff were replaced by some shitty parts, and my motivation for that bike was just total zero. So then in the December of 2014 I got my YZF sold. I made a little profit out of it too, which was nice. And straight after that I decided to get another similar project. And that bike was my Yamaha WR 125X, which you might know from my YouTube channel. It has a whole project story about it. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. But yeah, it was also a bike that had been wheeled over, and the plastics were broken pretty much. Nothing huge on the bike. But after all, it was cheap and a nice start from my 4 other projects. So I did a lot of stuff to the WR, like put lots of new parts in it, painted a lot of parts, got lots of stuff powder coated, etc. So there is all of that on my project videos about the bike if you're interested to see what kind of stuff I did to it. But yeah, I got the bike finished alright, and it was just finished in time for the new riding season. So I rode the bike a little bit and decided to put it on sale just for fun. And well, it took a week and I got the bike sold. And I think overall the bike turned out really good. I liked the looks of it a lot, and also when I sold it I got quite a good profit. So it was a good project overall. And it was a lot of fun making it. So after I got my WR sold and the result was so good, I had some new motivation for my KTM also. So I decided I wanted to make the KTM nice again for the new riding season. And then I right away disassembled the whole bike. And again, did a lot of powder coating, lots and lots of new parts, a whole engine rebuild. There was not much left that you could do the bike, more than that. And again, I was really happy with the result. And then in the May of 2015 I sold the KTM also, because I was about to turn 18 and I got my car license. So I wanted a good car, and that's where I needed the money for my KTM. And that kind of was an end to my history with bikes. At that point at least. And it's been about 1.5 years since that day. And now I finally have a new bike, and I am very happy with it. But yeah, that was my bike history. I hope this was interesting, and most of you didn't cut away from the video at like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I tried to make it simple, but I guess it's going to be quite a long video after all. So if you did like the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, leave me suggestions for new videos, new MotoVlogs. Just tell me everything that you want to see on this channel, because I do not have endless ideas, and of course the videos will be better if I make something that you actually want to see. But yeah, we'll see again on my next video, and until then, bye.